Hello, everyone, everywhere. This is Pastor Robert Thibodeau. Welcome to your Freedom Through Faith video minute for today, which is March 13. Today, I want to talk to you. We're going to go through a couple of scriptures because this is very important. In 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 2, we're going to read down through verse 4. I have fed you with milk, not with meat. For up to now you are not able to bear it, neither now are you yet able to bear it. For you are carnal. For whereas there is among you envying and strife and divisions, are you not carnal and walk as men? For while one says, I'm of Paul, and another of Apollos, are you not carnal? Who is Paul? Who's Apollos, but ministers by whom you believed, even as the Lord gave to every man? I have planted, and Apollos is water, but God has given the increase. Now, in verses 2 through 4, we see God says, you were not able to bear meat. I had to feed you again with milk. In other words, you were supposed to be growing up enough where you can understand the concept of these scriptures. And instead, you've fallen back into worldly lust, worldly provision, seeking after your own wealth, seeking after pleasure. I mean, you observe friends and co-workers, and they're all, it's a virtually endless pursuit of pleasure. All they talk about is the next party or getting off work for next weekend, going somewhere to do something, but you never hear them talking about getting off work to go to church, getting off work, taking a vacation to go to a minister's conference or to a Bible conference. You don't hear about that. But yet, that is what is going on. In, let's see, 1 Peter. In 1 Peter chapter 4, and let's see, it's in verse 3. For the time past of our life, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. When we walked in, now this is what we're walking in. This is what the world is walking in today. Lasciviousness, lust, excesses of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Why do they think it strange that you don't run with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you? When you got born again, at least it was with me, when you got born again, suddenly you didn't want to do those things anymore. It may not have happened all at once, but the Lord was taking the desire for these things away from you. And some of your friends have said, family members, whatever, said, you've changed. I heard that within weeks of being born again. You're not, come on, man, let's go. I don't want to go party. Man, you've changed. Pretty soon they go away. Why? Because the righteousness that is now in you, the evil that is in them, the demons that are possessed them, they don't want to be around you, so they leave. I want to take you now to the book of Isaiah. In Isaiah chapter 5, verse 11 and 12. Woe to them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink. All they want to do is go party. They continue until middle of the night. Wine inflames them. The harp, the violin, the tabret, the pipe, the wine, the music, the wine, the drink in their feasts. But they do not regard the work of the Lord, neither do they consider the operation of his hands. Very rarely you find people who are out partying Saturday night in church Sunday morning. I was one of them. I know. Oh, you go to the major events, Easter and Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, and Christmas services. You put on the appearance of being a Christian. But the only thing you're thinking about is the next party. In verse 13, therefore my people have gone into captivity because they have no knowledge. They have no knowledge. And their honorable men are famished, and their multitude is dried up with thirst. Therefore hell has enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp and their rejoicing shall descend into it. And we see that happening right now in the United States of America. The partying is taken over. You drive past church parking lots on Sunday morning, if they're full, it's an unusual occurrence. Back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, every Sunday morning, every church parking lot was full. It's not like that anymore. Folks, you need to get back into the scriptures. Do not be deceived by everything you see and all that you hear. Things are not as bad as what they're being described to in the news, that the conservatives, the Christians are backwards. The Christians, they're the reason we have all these problems going on. It's quite the opposite. It's just the lie of the devil. We're going to talk more about this subject, so stay tuned, come back again, because remember, our one purpose in this is to bring you closer to Christ so that you may be blessed in all that you do.